Hello, my name is Ngunan and I present a radio show on BBC Radio Merseyside, but I also train journalists for the BBC World Service, which means I get to travel. I've worked in radio a lot, and writing for radio or a podcast is a little bit different to writing for TV or the internet. Once you've decided on your story, you need to write a script for it, which means telling the audience what the story is all about. So this could include an interview or different people's opinions, which is what we call a vox pop, and you'll need to go out and record it. Or your radio report, maybe a straight read like a news bulletin, or a live interview with someone who's involved in the story. When writing for radio, there are a few things you need to remember, like writing a news script. Keep it clear, concise, and correct. Remember that the listener will only hear the word once, so you don't have any visuals or graphics to help you along. So you have to keep your sentences short and simple and not use very big words. Don't say,
"The club have said they will terminate the manager's contract with immediate effect."
Just say, "The club has sacked the manager." Don't say,
"The police deployed 3 units."
Just say, "The police sent 3 cars." You're writing for speech, so remember that whatever you write, someone else is going to read that out loud. So for example, if you write 4 p.m, you would say 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So make sure you write as you'd speak. Before you go out, read your script out loud, make sure it makes sense, and if you have time, ask someone to listen. You might have noticed when reading a book, you have an idea of what the characters look like and what the scenes look like. And it's exactly the same thing for radio. You want to paint a picture for the audience so they can see where the story is going and what's happening. And there are a number of ways you can do that. Use sound effects. So for example, if you're doing a story about rowing or a building site construction, you can use drilling or lapping water. That way, the listener knows where you are straight away. Description. So just remember, the listener can't see what you can see, so you have to give as much description as possible, from colours to scenery to what's in the background, atmosphere. Some locations have real atmosphere, like a construction site with drilling, or a swimming pool or busy roads. So before you leave your location, make sure you record at least 30 seconds of the atmosphere that you can add into your report. Once you've painted your picture, remember to control the background. For example, if there's too much noise while you are interviewing your interviewee and it's drowning out what your interviewee has to say, then you can kindly tell them to lower the noise or move to a better location. Or for example, if there's a plane flying over, pause, once it's gone, start again. Before you leave your location, make sure you check your recording. And if you haven't recorded anything, you can always do it again. Once you get back to base, you need to edit your audio. You need to pick the best clips and edit out all the ums and the ahs. You then need to write a cue. This is the bit that the presenter reads out to introduce your report. It should sum up your story in a couple of sentences. Keep it simple. So those are my tips for writing and making a report for radio or a podcast. Why don't you give it a try?